What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for the first Borussia Dortmund Champions League match preview of the season. So if you guys are excited, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it now. Alright, Borussia Dortmund's Champions League campaign kicks off against Beşiktaş, and it should be a pretty interesting match. As you guys know, we like to take a look at the history between the clubs, and there's not really a history here, so we can't really take that into consideration, which makes this a very open and a very interesting match. Taking a look at the recent forms of the team, Dortmund are sitting right now in the Bundesliga table with 3 wins, 0 draws, and 1 loss, 9 points from 12, while Beşiktaş is actually top of the table in the Turkish league. They got 3 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, sitting on 10 points. They're picking right up where they left off last season, and both are actually coming off some impressive performances, sort of. Taking a look over at Dortmund's last performance, they won 4-3 away at Leverkusen. It was a questionable defensive approach from Dortmund, but we got the job done, and it's an impressive win to keep the title, the title race going very early in the season. Beşiktaş had a very comfortable 3-0 win at home. Both teams should be confident going into this match and thinking that they could get something, if not 1 point, if 3 points from this match, especially looking at Dortmund. This is a competition in a group where they should be favorites. So moving on over to the team news now for Borussia Dortmund, I'm going to predict their starting 11. I do think that we're going to go with the Christmas shape formation. It was a formation that Edin Terzic used last year. It worked very, very well, and he's stuck with it. Kind of seeming like that might be what Marco Rose does too. He tried it out. He got a win. Good result away from home against Leverkusen. Might as well see if he can tweak the defense a little bit and keep it going. So I do think we're going to go with the 4-3-2-1 today when we take on Beşiktaş. In goal, Gregor Kobel. Right back, Thomas Meunier, hoping to pick up where he left off. He had a pretty good game, not counting the first 20 minutes, but he did have a pretty good game against Leverkusen. A lot of you guys were giving me some grief about not putting him in the 5 takeaways. The 2 center backs will be Akanji, and then it could be Hummels. It really could be, but I'm going to go with, it's a debate. It is, because Hummels, there's potential he could start, but it could be Prongacic. And I'm going to go with Prongacic just because I do think there's an opportunity for him to kind of pick up, because I do think he had a really good opportunity to start a few games in a row here, because he had a good outing in his first game. Yes, he was in the back 4 that conceded 3 goals, but he was honestly really good with his tackles, really composed, and I think that he'll get a good opportunity to line up outside of Kanji in this match. At left back, we have Guerrero. The 3 center mids, we got Witsel, Bellingham, and De Hood. I think those 3 can really gel together in this midfield and really try to dominate it with Bellingham and De Hood having the opportunity to play a little bit forward, knowing that Witsel will be behind them. I think it'll really bring out what makes the duo of Bellingham and De Hood so special. The 2 floating cams will be Marco Reus and Brandt. He had a wild game, a game of ups and downs, in my opinion, against Leverkusen, where he was directly at fault for a goal, which is somewhat tough to do from a poor touch when you're playing as a center attacking mid, but he made up for it with one of the most spectacular goals he's probably ever scored. And then up front will be Erling Haaland. It is a nice little lineup, and honestly, it could be an opportunity. When I said, guys, one of Gio or Brandt will have an opportunity to thrive this year, I don't see both of them starting. But if we nail down this formation, we nail down this system, there's a huge possibility that Brandt could run with it and make it very hard for players like Gio or Malen to come back in. So I'm really hoping that this formation sticks. I like the way it's set up. The 3-man midfield for me is extremely important. And as long as the creativity can come up front, which we show that we can score goals and tighten up at the back, this is a formation I think that Marco Rose could use going forward. So taking a look now at some of the key matchups, you guys hopefully know where I'm going with this. I mean, there's 2 players I'm going to be matching up with 100%. The first one from Beşiktaş is Kyle Larin. I am very familiar with this player, the Canadian international. He hasn't had a ton of minutes actually to start the season, but knowing how important he was for Beşiktaş last year, the amount of goals he scored, he's in decent goal scoring form for the Canadian national team as well. So I'm going to assume, because there's a chance he may not start, but I'm going to assume he is going to start this match, and I'm going to line him up against Manuel Akanji. Now, Kyle Larin, like I said, he can put the ball in the back of the net. Great goal-scoring form. It's pretty much for the last, honestly, years to go. Because, I mean, he finds a way to score, and he just keeps getting better and better. And it's going to be Manuel Akanji's job to, honestly, just 1, shut down Kyle Larin, and 2, organize this back line. You're the leader back there now without Hummels, who possibly won't start. So I'm matching them up. I think it'll be very important to see if Akanji can have that kind of role that we need and shut down the Canadian international, who who I do love so much, but I'm hoping this one will go towards Akanji. And the second key matchup I have today is another Canadian men's national team player. It is Atiba Hutchinson, who I'm going to match up with Julian Brandt. Now, Hutchinson, as you guys know, I mean, he's almost like a Besiktas legend. The two Canadians do play at Besiktas, which is pretty cool. And another player I'm honestly very familiar with. He's a leader. He's an engine in that midfield for Besiktas, and he'll be very important for them if they want to shut down some of the creativity links that come from Borussia Dortmund. And I'm singling out Brandt because, like I just said, this is his opportunity. If he does get this start, he needs to capitalize on it because he had a really interesting game against Leverkusen, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he actually had a decent game. Now he needs to carry it out. Now he needs to go up against the likes of Atiba, who's going to have to shut him down in the midfield and get the better of him and create opportunities and get goals for the main man up front, which is Erling Haaland. So those are the two key matchups. And yes, I did pick the Canadian men's national team players versus some of the Dortmund players, but I do think they're two very fair matchups. And if Larin can get the best of Akanji and Hutch can shut down Brandt, there's going to be some issues, but I'm hoping, like I said, Akanji and Brandt can find a way to get this job and hopefully get some big points for Borussia Dortmund. So we're going to roll on now, guys, into the potential predictions. And I want to hear from you guys in the chat of not only how you think this game is going to go, but how do you guys think that the group is going to go? Do you think that Dortmund is going to be the heavy favorites? Because talking about this group, looking at it, I see three very even teams and then Dortmund. I think Dortmund should be the favorites, and hopefully they can get off to a hot start. Let's be completely honest. They need to get this win, get 3 points, get comfortable in the group, and then just take it off from there. But Ajax, Sporting, and Besiktas are all no jokes. They all do very well in their respective leagues, and I see all three teams pretty even. So all three can give Dortmund some trouble, and this is going to be the first test. But saying that, I do think that they have what it takes to be able to take all 3 points. It's going to be a tough game. I see it being honestly a 1-goal game. I'm going to say 2-1 for Borussia Dortmund for my prediction. You guys know I just genuinely like to predict that Dortmund win. I have to, man. I have to. But I told you guys in the last prediction that I didn't feel comfortable in the Leverkusen game. I did predict them to win, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it. And they proved me wrong, and they won regardless. This time I feel a little bit more comfortable. I do think Dortmund hopefully will be able to take something that they learned from that Christmas tree formation. Some key players hopefully improving on those performances. Meunier, Brandt, even Akanji at the back trying to organize it. Guerrero as well, who had a blunder. And if we tighten up the back, the offense will be there, and hopefully we can find a way to get it done. So let me hear it one more time, guys, in the comments how you think this game is going to go. If I missed anything for key matchups, any players, any fun stuff like that, feel free to comment down below. And if you guys are new around here, we will be doing the watch along on this game, as well as we will be doing a watch along on the Bayern and Barcelona game, which will be pretty fun too. So we're going to have back-to-back watch alongs. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. And if you guys are new around here, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.